Yeah.
Wait,
Now it's on, man. Now it's
no,
on. How are you, brother? First of all, how's
not
it
too
been,
bad. Yeah, thank you. First time live.
man? Dude, there's a first time for everything, man, and it's so cool that you accepted my invitation and we're doing this. Can you first of all, can you hear me well? Can you see me well?
Yeah, perfect.
Boom, perfect. Dude, I'm just gonna wait like a minute or two for some more people to join in.
Sure, sure, no worries.
Um, like first I'm gonna start by saying, yeah, this is like the 28th conversation I have in this program.
It's amazing.
Uh, it's pretty awesome, and it's really like a pleasure having you here, man. And thank you for doing this in English. I guess more people will understand this conversation, right?
I believe so
So
too.
it's a good thing.
It's
First of
my
all,
pleasure.
brother.
Tell me.
No worries, man. It's my pleasure, dude. Um, dude, first of all, do a little introduction, your name, who you are, what you like to do, and then we go through the topics of the conversation.
Okay, so my name is Tiago. I believe everyone already noticed. I'm a friend of Nelson's. We actually met each other through his bands and tattoos. Um, we know each other a while back, probably 5 years now. Um,
Or
yeah,
probably
right.
more. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, around 6 years. And we, yeah, we've been doing tattoos and going to gigs, and I'm helping him with his content with photography. I did one tour with him that we're gonna speak a little bit later about it. Um, as a photographer, and it's pretty much it. I just like to help my friends, and he
Oh,
enjoys it
yes, you
and takes
do.
a good advantage of it. And yeah, that's it. It's pretty much.
Oh man, that's awesome, man. It's really nice to see you, brother. Fuck yeah, I miss you, dude.
Yeah, we got separated a while back because Nelson went to live to Norwich, and I'm currently living in London. Actually, no, currently I'm in Portugal because I'm stuck from COVID, but I do live in London,
Oh,
and he run
nice.
away from me. So
Dude, man, like one of the questions I want to do, it's where did like the interest and the passion for photography started, man? In what time of your life, and under what like circumstances, you know?
yeah, so I always like the exploring image, if that makes sense. When I was a kid, I wanted to be an astronomer. So I really like to look at the sky and take pictures of stars and planets and shit like this. So yeah, it started from a young kid. And on high school, we actually went deep down into photography from a good teacher that I had. And I started studying photography. I took my high school course was multimedia, and obviously photography was included, and I studied it a little bit. Then I went into university, but it wasn't really my thing. My university course was audiovisual communication and multimedia, but was too direct to cinema, and it wasn't really my thing. So um, working with sound and movie editing and scripts and all this type of stuff was not really my thing. I just wanted photography and work with my camera and be left alone. Plus, I don't really like people. It doesn't look like it, but I really don't like people. So my style of photography as well is kind of weird. It's like architectural photography and very rarely landscape,
All
but I
right.
do like architecture and like brutalism type of stuff, uh,
What
futuristic
when
techniques.
what when was I can't recall, like, but when did you move to London again? Like, it was after the studies or after, like?
Oh yeah, so because it was very oriented to cinema, I ended up dropping university because I was in a private university and my parents were paying for it, and I don't like it. I like to make my own efforts and pay for my own stuff. So I ended up dropping it 1 year before going to masters, and I was struggling to find a job in Portugal. So I ended up moving to the UK with the objective of going to university in London and taking photography in London. Well, I waited 3 years and nothing happened. I had to wait 3 years for my student loan because I wanted the full one. Uh, Again, I don't like to ask money to anyone. So I ended up waiting 3 years, and when I waited 3 years, everything was caducated. My IELTS exam, my high school diploma, and my university was asking me like 70 euros for each subject that I took to get like equivalence. And I was like, oh, I can still do freelancing, no problem.
All right, yeah, man. So I guess, like, I guess you. I mean, it's here. It's not about doing the right or wrong call. I think you did what was necessary for you, and you
Yeah,
just moved to London. Regardless if you, like, finished your studies or not, like, you still continue doing photography, you know.
yeah,
And
all
I
the time.
think, dude, that at some point, that's all that matters, man. It's like, to, like, regardless if you're working like a 9 to 5 or not, like, you're still dedicated to your art, you know.
Yeah,
And that's cool. Like, that was like one of the reasons as well I wanted, like, to for you to go on tour with us, you know, because I know you're committed to what you do and you were going to do a good job, you know. I
yeah.
I I don't really care, like, if you have, like, a degree on photography or not. Like, for me, like, yeah, you can see, like, we're punks, like, we play punk music. So pretty much the same shit, like, with us playing, you know. Like, okay, I studied, like, classical music and stuff, but, like, it wasn't really necessary for the things I do, like, you know, like, as punk or punk music.
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess, like, I guess fuck I was just checking, like, the structure here of the conversation, and I got lost, like, looking at the structure of the conversation.
Yes, both of us are like goldfish, you know, everything that moves, we just lose concentration.
Man, but again, like, what I was gonna say, I'm happy to see that regardless if you're working like a 9 to 5 or not, and you're actually working on something that you like, which is bartending. And
Yes.
was that something you liked before, or was, like, that a passion that you just learned?
Actually, it was by accident. Was by accident. When I went to London, I was working basically on everything. Actually, I got ripped off by my own people, by Portuguese people, on my first week in London. So I was working outside of London, then tried to find something. I was working cat food for a club and for a restaurant. At the same time, I was like leaving one and entering on another one on the same day. Then I went to work for a Turkish company called Simit Saray. It's a Turkish bakery. Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah,
remember. It was before Frey.
yeah,
It was
exactly.
before Frey. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I was working almost actually 2 weeks, 81 and 82 hours a week. Yeah, I struggle a little bit. Then I went to work for Pret a Manger in Piccadilly Circus, and we had kind of a deal with some people that work in a bar next to it. It was called Mahiki. So they went
Yeah.
to my shop. They were eating and drinking for free, and I was going there and I was going to drink for free. And we grew some friendships in there. And one day I got tired of working in Prenamanje, and I was like just talking with them. Ah, man, I'm getting tired of working there. Dude, if you want a job, we make you a bar back, and you work for us. I'm like, oh, done. So I went to work for them a little over a year. I wanted to turn into a bartender, but the places were completely full. I couldn't get promoted. I didn't have a place for me, so I moved. I went to
Yeah.
Hard Rock. I went to Hard Rock Cafe in London.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah, I remember that as
yeah,
well.
I went there as a bartender straight away. I worked for 4 months, and then I moved again to the neighbor of Mahiki, like straight next door. And that was when I started conciliating the bartending and photography as well. So I was bartending for them and doing photography for them as well, like product photography for cocktails and for theme parties that they had. And
So so
eventually,
so
uh,
basically, like that's the dynamic. That's the dynamic of living in London as well, right? That
exactly,
has
you
like a
don't
lot to
stop.
do with, yeah.
You
But
don't stop.
you were saying, brother, I interrupted you.
So yeah, eventually I left that place because night in central London is not healthy to anyone. I was getting destroyed from working from 5 p.m. until 6 a.m. Hey
Yeah.
Jason, yeah, that's the guy that worked with me in there. Um, yeah, he knows the struggle. So I got tired of that lifestyle and I moved to a quieter place. That's where I'm working now as a bar manager. Um, there is called
Oh,
Merchant House. If you guys are in London, and you want to have a drink, you already know Merchant House. It's in Bank. Very good. It will opening soon. It's still closed, but it will open soon. So stay tuned.
we'll see. We'll see about that. I'm still at home as well. You
Exactly.
know, like
But still, I'm making as a bar manager. Still, I'm making photography work for them too, and creating cocktails and whatever. So the bartending was something that grew on me through time, and I actually enjoy the creative part of it because I have to create the cocktails. I have to meet the ends meet for other people to see their taste and stuff like this. So the creative part is very nice, and I always was very lucky to find people that allow me to be creative with my drinks. So that
dude,
helps a
like
lot.
that's what I'm saying, like in these conversations, like you don't need to be a musician to be an artist. You don't need to be a painter to be an artist or a
Exactly.
sculptor to be an artist. You just need to find what like in terms of creativity, what sparks like some like flame inside you, you know, and then you
Mhm.
follow that. Like because I see that you have probably like a creative approach to photography as you do with cocktails and stuff. And for me, it doesn't really matter, like, you know, this or that or that. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
I think each thing that a human can create from within, it's still awesome. You know, it's still pretty amazing.
as soon
So
as you are able to release your creativity side, your creative side, it's fine. You know, you just do what you like, and you don't have to work. That's it.
yeah, dude. Another thing, man. Another thing that I wanted to talk about in this conversation, man, is like, you told like in the beginning of the conversation you don't like people and stuff like that. But I know you're like one of like the most like sweethearted people I ever met, man. Like that's like tough Tiago talking, I guess.
Yeah,
But like but like you helped me like loads of times when I was still like trying to make it, you know, like tattoo wise or
yeah,
music wise, you know. And you gave me a roof when I didn't had one. You fed me as well, like more than like a couple times. um and the house as well. You gave
yeah,
me a room like for like I think one time almost stayed a month in your house or
yeah,
something
yeah.
like that, right?
Easy. Yeah.
So basically, dude, like what makes you behave like that and be like that? What do you think, like?
Well, again, like I said, I hate people, and really depends on the person, right? And you were always a person that helped me mentally as well. You had this peaceful side of you that can ease anyone, and every time that I'm in a room with a lot of people, doesn't matter if it's a gig, if I'm on the tube, if I'm on the shopping, dude, I stress, and you were always a person that I never stressed with, you know, and that was completely fine for me. And even in some situations when you came to London, my fiance was not in London from the beginning with me, and
Yeah, yeah,
I actually we were actually struggling a little bit because she was not working. She was taking her second master's in game design, and I had to cover a big chunk of both of us. Right? She was not
yeah.
working; she was the course full time, and we still took you because I do prefer to have someone that can ease me and be my friend and stay there, and I will help him with everything because he helps me too. You know, even if it's not conscious, you don't know that you're doing it, but just be thankful for the things to be happening, and you help him. That's it. You know. So I gave
Oh,
you room, I gave you food. It doesn't matter. I didn't never ask for anything in return. I just want your company. That's it.
I
Like,
think like I
you want
think
to come to Portugal, dude? We here. You know.
I know, man. Dude, I think I do understand what you say, like, but again, like I'm just being me as well, you know, like that's how I roll. Like, I tend to like to see happy people around me, you know. So sometimes I don't really have to do an effort to do that, you know. I'm a fucking clown, and you know that.
That's a good word for it. I'm going to spend all my fancy words now. It's called a symbiose. You know, when it just overlaps. Perfect friendship, dude.
Oh man, fuck yeah, dude. And I think like the only one of the not the only thing, but one of the things I kind of think was like a made up for the stuff you helped me was probably taking you on tour, you know.
Yeah,
um and for like people that don't know, like it was the first time you're like you were living in the UK for a couple of years already, but it was actually the first time you were like traveling like abroad, like traveling,
exactly.
right?
So besides UK, I never left my own country. So the only time that I flew a plane or visit another country without being Spain on the border um, was UK, and you took me on the tour to 5 different countries in 2 weeks. So yeah, that's pretty amazing, though.
How was that experience, man? Like, because one thing is to actually like see bands on tour like through like photos and videos and stuff,
Yeah.
or go to shows and see the bands, and you know they're on tour and you have an idea or on how tour is. But what
No
is
one has an
touring?
idea until they are in a tour. No one has an idea how that people suffer.
But like how
Yes.
for you how was that experience, man? Like obviously a tour has highs and lows and all this kind of stuff, but
Oh,
overall, like
I had
how was the
both extremes.
experience? Sorry.
I had both extremes, very good and very bad.
Oh man.
We're entering in the highlights of this interview now.
Oh yeah,
This is
oh
going to
yeah,
be the
for sure,
best story
for
of
sure.
the interview. Uh,
Now that
so yeah, the tour for me was actually a surprise. I was not counting on it, and as soon as it hit, it was like, okay, let me start doing some preparations because you actually told me with a long time before to be prepared. And I was thinking, okay, I need to talk with my job and to see what's gonna happen because I'm gonna be out for like 2 weeks and I need to put holidays on uh, to work and everything. I was like, okay. So until I actually scheduled my holidays to go on the tour, I was like, nah, it's not gonna happen. Something's gonna it's gonna happen and it's gonna be canceled because um, there's one thing between us that eventually, after like 4 years, you tattooed finally on me was the PMA, positive mental attitude. And to be positive is actually it actually takes a lot of efforts and practice,
And
right?
commitment.
It's it's very difficult. So before this, I was actually very halfway. Like it could be worse. That was my catchphrase. So I end up going, and everything start eating very fast. Packing and buying some lenses because I just had the basic, right, and I spent money to go on the tour and everything because I wanted to do something proper. And dude, it was actually one of the best experience I had in 2019 because that year for me, apart from that tour, was shit.
Yeah, man.
everyone
Oh,
everyone
just
close was no. So
just a thing.
and we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. So we
Just
went on the
a
tour.
little thing here. Duarte is here. Yo, what's up,
Oh,
Duarte?
Saguarde. Hola, chico. ¿Qué tal?
Shout out to the Mastur. Fuck
If
yeah.
you want to listen to some really nice metal, Portuguese metal, the Mastor is the bands to check.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. Check that band out.
It's only
But
four
yeah,
people
dude.
on the live, but these four people know, actually
Oh,
three people know that the Mastor is the
actually,
band to see.
dude, we're gonna upload this to IGTV and YouTube
And
later.
YouTube as well, right? So
So yeah,
that's it.
don't forget to save the live stream into your IGTV when we finish because you're doing on your IGTV.
Oh
All
yeah,
right,
right.
cool. Don't delete the video, bro. But
I
yeah,
will. So
you were
going back to the
talking.
subject. So
You were
yeah, we went
yeah.
on the tour. We packed everything, and we went with two other friends. One of them I already knew more or less well. There was Ash, and Bernardo. I was only a couple of times with him. And Ash has a very strong and weird personality, and I knew already that I was going to be crucified on this tour. So yeah. So yeah, but that's the fun part of it. It's like you have someone to play and joke around, um, and it proportionates really nice pictures. For example, on the ferry from the UK to France,
Oh yeah.
you and Ash like shooting on those arcade games. It was really nice picture, like proper kids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
That tour was really nice, man. Oh yeah, how like you did that like crazy traveling with us, the 16 hour or whatever it
yeah,
was.
yeah.
How was
So
that?
I, it was from Belgium, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, from Belgium to Italy. 16 hours travel through through sun, ice, winds, rain. We had the four seasons with us for 16 hours. Was quite scary,
Yeah,
but
man.
was very beautiful, especially when we crossed Austria. Was beautiful. Those mountains covered with ice was amazing, and was nice footage in that as well. Actually, all this footage that we're talking about, it shows up on the video clip
Oh yeah.
for the music. I forgot the music. I'm really sorry.
Fuck. It's just a matter of practice. Yeah.
Exact.
Yeah.
Positive mental
Exactly.
is just a matter of practice, dude. Anyway, so um, yeah, we went from Belgium to Italy, and it was fucking long. And we just arrived to Italy. We took the shit out of the van. We played and we left
Yeah.
straight away. No sleep, no nothing. 16 hours, just go. That's it. And like, okay, so we have 12 concerts in 13 days. It's gonna be like this all over Europe. Like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna.
It's because it's really like it's really interesting like to actually like see the perspective of someone who's like not really like used to do like tours and stuff, because probably people think that musicians go on holidays, you know. Oh,
Yeah,
it's a
no,
holiday. It's
not at all.
it's a
You,
holiday. Yeah, you go on tour and yeah, you have fun and stuff. Obviously it's amazing, but it's not a holiday. You know, there's
yeah,
a lot of work and effort.
especially after working on the bar, I was completely destroyed. Yeah, I was tired as fuck. And then I went on the tour, and I was like, I came back worse than I was when I was working on the bar. It's like it's completely different environment. You're gonna in our case it didn't happen a lot actually, but you're gonna sleep on the floor. You're gonna be cold on the van because it's like -7 degrees outside,
Oh
and you
yeah.
drive,
Oh
especially
yeah.
on Hamburg. uh,
Oh dude.
but yeah, it was very
now
cool.
now that you mentioned Hamburg, man, you mentioned
Yeah,
Hamburg. Like I don't know. Like if we're gonna tell the story, like
I'll tell
because
the
that
story
tour.
because you never tell it right. You tell it to be funny, but it's not funny. So, like I said, people, yeah, these guys were trying to crucify me on tour, right? So,
Not me. I'm your friend.
yeah, you were kind of Switzerland in the middle, You're doing your shit, but you didn't do anything to protect me too. So shut the fuck up. So, so I went. We were in Hamburg, and one of their favorite things because they're vegan, right? They're vegan, and Bernardo was vegetarian at the time, right? If you have any friend that is vegan, you know their farts smell like the worst, right? And I was taking that all the trip. So one day in Hamburg, I got tired of it and I wanted to like have a comeback. But I tripped on the last step of the of the venue, and without knowing, I broke my foot.
Oh yeah. At the time, we thought you were sprained it.
Yeah, and we thought it's just a bad sprain. I walked on my broken foot for 5 days, so it's fine.
Oh
um, but the thing is, when I broke my foot, I wanted to go to next to them to have a comeback from all those bad times that they gave it to me. And I end up with a pain, releasing everything before coming to them, and they were like, "Oh my God, he's really hurt. He's farting himself to death," you know.
because
And
from
obviously, it didn't went very well on that very day. On very very first day, we stayed on the fifth floor,
oh,
and I climbed to the fifth floor without elevator with a broken foot.
and we didn't know it was a broken foot at the time.
Exactly. And the next
Like
day, Ash made me walk a full block to go to the pharmacy because we didn't have a parking spot. Like, oh, someone has to stay on the van. Like 3 people on the van. Someone has to stay. Tiago, you have to go. And I had to walk to the pharmacy in Hamburg to buy like a elastic band to put on my ankle.
oh man, that's
So
like
my aunt is
that
here.
was
Hello.
that was that was a proper tour story. I mean, I don't want to discourage people from going on tour, but like this is like actually a funny story, man. Like
Yeah.
because from
Um,
from from our perspective, dude, we really thought you were like dying when you
Yeah,
like
really.
when you like fell down. We're
What
like,
happened
oh man.
was that my foot basically touched my calf, just to explain people how it was, you know. So my tendon, my my tendon ripped from my bone, and the bone came with it. So
This
because
is not funny. This is
I
not
could
funny.
stand on
This is
my foot without pain, was just a sprain. It's not too bad. It's okay. And
and I saw your feet turning yellow, blue, green, purple, all the colors of
all
the
the
rainbow.
colors.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
and taking pictures with a broken foot is actually not not easy. Not easy at all. Oh, and we went to a skate park as well.
Oh yeah. Wiesbaden.
In Wiesbaden, exactly. And I tried to skate with a broken foot too.
Yeah.
And
That time again, guys, people, we didn't know Tiago had a broken foot. We're not like horrible friends. We just didn't know. It
and we,
happens.
but it's weird because I do have a lot of pain resistance, and I didn't felt it as broken, you know. So it was not too bad. I think it could be worse.
How was what was the highlight for you on that tour? Like show wise, like
Oh, show wise, without a doubt, was Ljubljana in Slovenia. That was one of the best shows. That one and Berlin. Berlin was cool too.
oh yeah, what oh Monarch. It was
Yeah,
and the Monarch. Yeah.
that was cool.
Um,
Um,
how was the experience of Denmark? That was cool as well.
oh, Denmark was fine. I was hoping though we could make it to Christiania, and we didn't have time though. But it was very nice.
Oh man, dude,
Apart from that, the only thing I didn't like about Denmark was my broken foot, and I had the stage was so low. I had to crouch with a broken ankle, and I couldn't, you know, and
oh
it was literally very painful.
oh man, I'm sorry for that, but dude, I'll be always thankful for you being on that tour because till this day was one of the tours we had like more visual content and like you did like a spot on job. Like even though it was your first tour, you were putting like updates of photos and videos every
Oh
day
yeah,
on that tour.
I
That
was
was
editing. I was editing while we drove from one place to another. Was editing the photos and making the video and everything. It was non-stop working for 13 days. Well, we stopped once. We had a
oh
day off.
yeah, and we played Nintendo like
Switch, yeah.
yeah. We were playing Mario Karts and all this kind of stuff on the day off. It was really nice. But yeah, dude, like even like as a photographer, was this like a cool experience and something that would like probably like develop your skills at
Yeah.
some point?
So
No.
as an experience and as a professional experience was amazing, and it gives you a lot of contrast of what you can do and you cannot do.
Yeah.
Apart from that, for people like me that have two jobs, considering the photography is one of them, um, it's actually kind of difficult to conciliate both of them.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I have a different position than as bartender, I'm a bar manager. So
All right.
there's different responsibilities to it, and we just can't leave work. Oh, look, I'm going on 2 weeks or 1 week tour, and I'll come back in a few days. It's not
Yeah.
really like that. But every time that you have a chance to do something that you know that you're gonna like and it's gonna be an experience for you, something that you never did, just go. Don't
Yeah.
think twice. Just do it. You're never gonna regret it. Even if it's bad, you're not gonna regret it because then you're gonna know. But in this
Yeah.
case, amazing experience.
Fuck yeah. Even though you broke a foot and like all this kind of stuff, it was still a fucking awesome tour and an awesome experience. And you were talking about like how like we play with each other and stuff like, but I think I think like that's a part as well of like keeping stuff interesting because when
Yeah,
you're
that's
like
all
16
friendship.
hour in a
Is
band.
we're always messing up with everyone, you know. We picking fights between us just to keep busy. That's friendship, dude.
Oh man, dude! As we speak about these experiences, I'm like I'm missing them. You know, I'm
I, I
really
know.
missing them. And dude, it would be amazing if one day we can go on tour again and have you because um, regardless, like if you do this like as like your main job or not, you did an awesome job when you were with us before, you know. And again, like what I'm trying to say, like with these conversations and to people is like, dude, it doesn't matter where you are in the status quo or if you have qualifications or not. What will define if you're gonna succeed or not is this and your action and the way you do stuff because you could have you could have also said no, you know, but you said yes and you went for it, you know, like regardless of like insecurities because everybody has insecurities when they do something new or even when they're doing something that it's not new, you know.
Yeah.
But what was amazing to see that you overcome those things and you just went for it, you know, and you did a pretty
As you say
amazing
that,
job.
I just remember one thing. I don't know if you remember in Ljubljana, you were in front of me, and you guys were giving autographs to people. And obviously, I was on stage taking pictures and going around and stuff like this. And I had a group of kids coming to me and asking me for an autograph. They're like, dude, I'm a photographer. Oh, yeah, but you're the band, right? And I'm like, yeah.
I
Can
mean,
you sign
fair
it?
enough.
They're like, yeah, sure. What's your name? And I start signing. But that's the type of experience that you have. Right? I would never think, or I never thought that I would give an autograph to anyone, because I don't know. In my opinion, it's never gonna worth shit. You know, I'm not gonna be. But yeah, sure. You want an autograph? Oh man, whatever makes you happy.
Nah, but that's also another thing, like even though you weren't like playing, you know,
Yeah.
you felt like you were one of the band, right?
Yeah.
Like
Apart from the all the times, it's like you were mentioning me 5 times a concert.
yeah, obviously because I wanted my friend to like
Yeah,
develop
that
his
was
like
that was cool.
IG photo profile and stuff, you know, so obviously I was doing the shout out for you.
That was cool.
Nah, man, like I'm really like till this day I'm really happy that you came on tour with us, you know.
Também quero.
Duarte, we're go. Oh, okay, okay, cool. Duarte, we can take you on tour and give you an autograph. It's all good. Tiago will give you an autograph, Duarte, like for sure. But yeah, man, like
Right.
I'm just really glad. Like I have, you know me. I do a lot of stuff like by intuition, you know. And if I have a gut feeling, I go for it.
Yeah.
And with you was that thing, you know. It's like, dude, you've been taking photos of like shows and remember when we did Joy with Fabio as well, the
Yeah.
music video. You came there, took like some photos
Backstage,
of like
backstage pictures. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
backstage pictures and stuff. So I was like, man, like it makes total sense. I'm gonna bring this friend on tour. He's gonna have the time of his life because, man, I know like touring is touring is tough if
Yeah,
you're not like used to it, you know. But but I thought like, man, I had this feeling that you were gonna like fit the job perfectly, you know, and which you did. Like you
thank you.
didn't fail or anything. Like photos like updated pretty much on a daily basis videos. Then we finished, we did a music video. Like, I mean, I
As soon
remember
as the
you
tour finished,
creating, I
yeah,
remember
we
you
were editing the
creating
video on the van. It was amazing.
and you actually created the Instagram photo profile on that tour, and we were like super hyped on like trying to push your work and stuff. So it was really a cool tour, and it was really nice to have you, man.
I'm remembering another example of how good of a friendship this is. So we're just arriving Ljubljana. It was like 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and you were like, Tiago, do you recognize that picture in there in that outdoor? You're like,
Oh yeah.
where? And there's an outdoor in Ljubljana in the middle of the city, not even related to anything, just an outdoor in there in the middle of a square with my picture of you guys in there. Like, you see, Tiago, you are all over the world. Ka-ting!
That was awesome, man. That was super nice. I don't, yeah, I forgot about that because you before the tour, Tiago also did like a photo session with us in Victoria Park and around East London. So, like, I think we took a couple photos in a grocery shop and like
Yeah,
Victoria Park and a couple of
yeah. It
places.
was the picture from Victoria Park.
Yeah, exactly. And one of those pictures was the actual picture that was like in that like outdoor like
Yeah.
movie like in Ljubljana. It's like, oh Tiago, come here, like you're fucking famous now.
Oh
That was
man.
super cool. Like I think like people like in the like in a general like basis, they need to go more with their like heart, you know, think a little bit less and go for it, you know. And that's like a perfect example that like if you just go for it, you will have a story to tell, that's for sure, you know.
And
That's for
it's
sure.
not a small story because just in the middle of the tour, so much shit happened. We could be here all day talking about shit that happened. Was hilarious. Was amazing. Bill Feld was cool too.
Sorry.
Bill Feld.
Yes, yeah, dude. Oh man, I think that tour also was like really cool. All the shows are pretty nice.
Yeah,
It was
all
really
of them
good
was so cool, man.
because
I would
usually,
never expect to visit and met so much different people than that tour. It was amazing. I was not at all expecting how it went.
oh man, and I think there's like probably like a difference between like touring like with a punk band or a punk rock band, punk hardcore, like any of this sector, like punk or metal, or like a regular like pop band, like because the thing about this like punk community and punk rock community, everybody gets along with everybody, you know, like obviously like people buy CDs and stuff and autographs and shit like that, but like people still go and talk to you like you're one of them, you know,
Yeah,
like there's no like hierarchy, or that shouldn't be, because that's what like punk is all about, you know, like fuck that, like, oh you're the artist and you're the audience and blah 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 and all that fucking bullshit, you know.
yeah.
What is really good like about punk is that we can all celebrate this together, you know. And I hope obviously I don't hope, I know you had that experience, but I hope you can also take something positive to your like daily life from that
Oh,
experience, you
definitely,
know,
definitely. Yeah. Um,
because
especially with patience, you develop a lot of patience during a tour. A lot of patience.
dude, this literally you wait like hours and hours and hours traveling. Then you arrive to the venue. You have to put like all the shit in the stage. You wait till the sound check. Then you eat something and you wait till the show. Then you take everything back. you sleep,
Oh man,
then
it
again
was
the other day. There's a lot of
actually I think what the most difficult thing about being on the tour for me was the exhaustion in your
oh yeah,
brain because you never
yeah,
stop having that background noise because you are not the only one playing in a lot of places, and it's just the amount of noise for them to sleep like half an hour on a van until your place, sleep for like 5 more hours with luck to get up like at 5 or 6 a.m. to get on the van again.
yeah.
Dude, it was just amazing. I don't
I
know.
I can get like that's the thing. Like
On
there's
Tibet would
two.
be amazing.
Sorry.
Touring on Tibet. Duarte
Yeah,
said,
that would be fucking awesome, man.
actually, we were waiting for the tour, not on Tibet, but on Japan.
Oh man, that would be also really nice. That would be also really nice if we can do that. What was gonna say? Yeah. So basically, long story short, there's tears and sweat and blood and all
Oh,
this
yeah.
kind of shit, like literally on tours. But like, there's also this drive to do what you love, and to pursue your dreams, and that's like the fucking shit, That's like the thing, and it was really nice to actually have you on that moment and share that experience with you, and the other way around, because we're ultimately all like experiencing this
Exactly.
life. It's like that. um but yeah, man, I have like a couple more questions to you. And if if you had to do this again, you would do it?
Oh, definitely.
Cool.
Now, without
including
thinking twice.
including the broken foot, right?
Well, I'll probably have more careful with steps, especially when it's -7 degrees and the floor is very icy outside.
Man, that was cold. That was actually
Yeah,
cold.
I think it
Yeah,
was the coldest that we had on the tour.
yeah, yeah. It was. Yeah, it was Hamburg. Hamburg was like pretty cold. Because this tour we're talking, this was in January.
Exactly.
So yeah, imagine doing a Euro tour like in one of like the coldest months in Europe,
Yeah,
in
and
Central Europe.
If you go to Germany on January, get some clothes on, please. You're gonna feel it. You're
Oh
gonna feel
yeah.
it. But
Oh
we
dear.
St. Pauli as well.
Sorry.
St. Pauli. We went to St. Pauli
Oh,
Stadium too.
oh yeah, that was pretty awesome as well. That was really nice.
Spent some money on merch, and then we traveled through through Hamburg to have a broken foot, but at least with a lot of merch from St. Paul.
That
So it's
was
worth
pretty nice, man. I'm just checking the clock now, because usually Instagram cuts the conversation when it arrives to when it reach 1 hour,
it.
and
Okay.
we've been talking for 50 something minutes now. So yeah, we're reaching to the end of our conversation. And with that, I want to say, first of all, like, thank you for doing this, for having the time and the energy to do this today with me. Um, Another thing, man, thank you for everything you ever done to me, and helped out Joanna as well, like, and my friends and my band. It's really awesome that, like, someone that just like respects and love the scene and love music. You grabbed the camera and you did everything you've done, like photography wise, and not, because like
Yeah.
those months you gave me shelter in London, actually I needed that, like I had nowhere else to go in those like weeks, so yeah, you actually helped me out, like, and if today I'm where I am, you made like a part of it as well, by
It was
you
my
helping
pleasure.
me out. And Duarte as well. Duarte, I know
Duarte
you're here.
helped too. Yeah,
You helped me out.
the first couple of times I was still with Duarte. Yes.
Exactly, man. So yeah, like, with this, I want to conclude that it's really like it's really important, like for people to understand that you're in the punk community and you're in the punk scene. You don't need to play an instrument or like be a musician to have a band. There's so many other things you can do, and so many like levels, you know.
Yeah.
And Tiago is a perfect example of that. Like you helped me out loads, you know, during this last 4 or 5 years. So I'll be like forever thankful for that, for the good times, for the happy times, for the last like happy times, because like a broken foot, it's not like we're laughing now, but like when we came home and you said, oh, I have my foot is broken, it's like, oh shit, you know. It's like fuck. But like at least we have a funny story to tell, man. And I hope you enjoyed the experience.
It was amazing. Like I said, all of these things was my pleasure. That's what friends do for each other. If no one does it for you, it's not your friend. Just be aware. So yeah, just try to take a view on your life to do what you think is best. And if you think it would be nice for someone to take you and take care of you, do it for other people too. It will pay back sometime. Like
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, man.
karma is real, bitches.
Karma is real, but it's not a bitch. Karma is real, but it's not. Yeah, because you're like, and you can. Oh, and for people that like live their lives as absolute cunts, there's still like a chance for you. Just start behaving like a good person. Don't be a fucking dick. You know, like that's the thing. You can change your reality. You can change your reality and the outcome of like your actions by
Yeah,
changing yourself and your actions as well. You know, like by not being a dick or not being like horrible to other people. Be nice. Be kind. Give give a hand to people in need. Like do all of this stuff, and you see that karma is like, yeah, and
yeah,
I think karma has something to do also with common sense. You know, like if you're good, you're gonna pay attention to the good stuff, and probably that's what you're gonna perceive. You know, so yeah, man. Again, dude, it was a fucking pleasure having you here.
it was my
I
pleasure.
left. I left a lot like during this hour. It was awesome, and
Thank
Tiago
you.
is always fucking awesome talking to you, man.
Thank you, man.
Don't forget to save the live uploaded to your IGTV so I can
I
then
will.
upload my IGTV. All right, cool.
Perfect. Okay, guys, stay safe.
Oh yeah,
Peace.
man. Everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for your comments. And yeah, I hope you all have a good evening or a good day wherever you're watching this in the world. And stay safe, stay strong, stay mentally strong as well, because it's not just physically. And this times you need to keep your mind fucking strong. So yeah, and that's it, man. We did
Take care, dude.
it. Fuck yeah, man. And
Bye.
I hope I can hug you, man. I hope I can hug you, like, and
Yes.
oh, I felt that. Oh, and Ida Vovo
Yeah,
said,
I'll send autographs to everyone.
yeah. Tiago, I want an autograph, so yeah, you should send an autograph. Dude,
Take
thank
care,
you so
dude.
much, brother. Take care,
Bye.
brother. Bye bye, man.